Hey there, and welcome to the Is This You extended reading. This is for Five of Pentacles in reverse here, Six of Cups. It's a whole sequence, it's a whole story. Three of Pentacles, Mastership, and at the end of the journey or the end of this process, Knight of Wands, Determination. Very strong here. So let's go ahead and extend into this. I'll do a brief reminder of what we shared on TikTok for those of you coming from there, and for those of you who are just joining us here. This is how this works. So this energy that we're reading for, this is somebody who has dealt with a lot of toxicity, poverty energy. Even if it's not literal poverty, it's these limitations, it's this lack energy, it's the air and the environment and the people around them, like they feel suffocated, like they couldn't hardly be themselves or breathe, like all this weight was on them, all this clutter, this junk that you see around here. They've been in this energy for a while, and it's something that's been challenging. For some, it could have really limited your beliefs, your ability to cultivate your finances, to believe in yourself, to feel aligned with you, to even know who you are, just all kinds of things that go with toxic energies and behaviors and sludge that weighs us down and keeps us stuck and makes us feel like, things aren't possible. But for who this is, that you're coming out of this energy, and you've either already journeyed out of it and you're kind of like reaching the end of this cycle where you've totally turned this energy around, or you're beginning to journey out of it. Either way, you're coming out of this for who we're reading for, and this is awesome. Okay, some indicators for you is, for this person, they're actually, one of the ways they've come out of this is they've looked at the past. They've looked at where these beliefs originate from, where they've come from. A lot of it's like childhood, for example, parents, people around, influential things at a young age, the environment some grew up in or spent a lot of time in, and so on. They're really looking at where this comes from. And not only are they looking at it, but they're looking at it with great compassion and love. And they're starting to grow a sense of identity and self-worth they didn't have before. Boundaries that they never had before, that you never had before, if you're resonating so far. I mean, these are strong boundaries, and this word is really attached to this person. And by implementing this, they're starting to be able to differentiate what beliefs are theirs and what beliefs were given, what identity traits are theirs and who they really are, and what was projected onto them. And the more they are releasing themselves from these toxic and limited energies and moving ahead and seeing things with compassion and love and releasing and standing up for their own self and figuring out who they are, the more they start to move into the future, the more happiness they find. I see heightened intuition. I see psychic energy with this person. We do have a lot of water and a lot of air in this. And I also see like some Capricorn and Virgo. And we also have fire coming through the end. So basically, I see all signs in this energy. Okay, you don't have to be one of these signs to resonate or not. It's just these are some of the ones that really stick out like prominently. We've got this underwater stuff, the wings with the air, the blues and stuff like this. And then there's just a feeling of like Virgo. We've got some Capricorn down here, and then we've got that Sagittarius and Scorpio as well is definitely in here. But any sign which resonates, the signs influence us everywhere in our chart. Like every sign is somewhere in our chart. So, it just depends. But this person's transformation rising up, changing their world is the key here. But their journey is major. I do see this person being really gifted with communication, at least in their future. This person also could have changed, like they're more back to their natural, or tried to have a more natural look, or something, a look that is more aligned with who they are and who they're becoming too, because they're still figuring out and finding more of who they are and their identity and expressing that. And they're kind of a quirky person. There's not quirky even, but eclectic energy to this person, all different pieces. They have a strong connection with creatures, with special creatures, unique creatures, like a little offbeat in some ways. I, do see the ocean energy here with shells and stuff as well. I feel like they wear the beautiful pieces of their past more and more now, and they've released a lot of the ugly pieces of their past more and more. And this is something that can still be being worked towards. But it's there really strongly. There's so much beautiful nature, spiritual, otherworldly energy around this person. A lot of healing has gone on and is going on with them. A lot of healing of their emotional world, of their relationship with their self, first and foremost, and thus their relationship with others. And it's not even that they're finding peace or something with the people of their past or anything like this. They're just discovering and finding out the difference between them and who this person really is, and you, the difference between them and you, and like a lot of things that go with a healing journey of self-validation and just more discovery of who you are and what you want, and actually being able to implement that and stand up for that in a way to separate that. And you're really trying to break down a lot of these limitations for yourself in this process. And you're finding, maybe you're seeing some little bits of success as you go, or you're recognizing it's working. And as you're doing that, it's really, there's a sense of encouragement, of hope. You're able to breathe again. Maybe the environment that you're in is there. There's still some leftover like things that you feel like you need to, continue to purge and cleanse, but you're doing it with such beautiful compassion and deep emotion and deep communication. You're really rerouting the deep subconscious, the deep psyche, which is exactly how it's done. You're taking the time. Maybe you're, reprogramming yourself, brainwashing yourself, whatever you need to do, but you're doing it, and it's awesome. I also feel like there's a new energy that's integrated with you, like spiritual energy, ancestors, ET, angels, different beings, however they are, maybe even oceanic beings, but it's definitely assisted you in this process. There's a movie called The Host. It's by Stephanie Meyer. It's a book actually, but they made it into a movie as well. And I see this ring around her eyes in this reading that reminds me of The Host, and the main character, both are living at once within this body. It's not as sci-fi or as it's not negative at all. How I see it though is like the higher self of you, or this very peace-oriented self of you that wants unity and peace and for you to grow, has integrated more with your being and helped you to rise up and out. So in a way, it's like you can't fail at this. You can't, failure is a part of success. So failure in some ways can happen along the way, but it's more that you can't, it's like it's foolproof, or there's like a phrase for that where it's like it has to occur. It just does. This process has to occur. So let's continue on now so this is that spot in this journey. What happens through this journey as well is there is something that you have awakened to. There's probably a passion that you have, a purpose, a drive, something that you love to do, something that maybe you practice for many years, or you practice each day, or maybe it's a new thing, an old thing, it doesn't matter, but this is something that you're working towards mastering. You know how they say like 10,000 hours to mastering? There's some kind of passion or hobby or something that you're mastering, and whatever this is, even if it's your mindset that you're mastering, even if it's this ability to rise up and vibrate higher and heal these things and get rid of some of these toxic things that don't suit you or serve you anymore, even if it's that, or not even to get rid of them, but to heal them, to integrate them and heal them in a sense. Integrating is healing in a way. You are becoming a master at this. You're cultivating options for yourself, and you're very awake, especially compared to the company around you. And I think you know this. I do feel like you can reach a global audience. I see Australia. I see the United States. I see Greenland, Europe here, parts of South America like Brazil, showing through in Colombia and Panama. Just what I witness here, even though that's not Australia. Actually, these aren't even I don't even think that's a real world map. I mean, that would actually be Africa, but it's just the energy. We read the energy. I just feel an illumination and a world reach. So you could be even doing something where you end up sharing it online, or you're somehow connecting to a new world or something like this, but you have a place in this. There's something with communication and some kind of expression here that is really strong. So I just feel like you're pouring some of your work into this passion, and it's actually doing something or growing something. And if it's not a passion, it's this mindset, it's this way of being. You're becoming a master at it, and that's beautiful. And you're becoming so awake, more and more awake all the time, which is really special. And so this is the big like transformation that's either already taken place for a lot of you, is taking place, or will take place through this journey. This is like our starting point, is like healing from this. This is like where we're going. This is crazy. Like, we've read for this energy before, but in this particular reading, it's not as much like a specific person as it is whoever has been on this specific journey. I mean, it is specific people, but it comes through a little different, because like at the end of this journey, we go from limitation, restriction, coming out of that energy, to Jupiter, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is adventure. It's ruled by Jupiter, sign of adventure. It's fire sign. Also, it's passionate. It's action oriented. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, of expansion, right? The opposite, the very opposite of limitation and poverty and lack. It's all the things that grow and that expand and that bring us blessings and good luck. And Jupiter is like the God planet in a way. It's, if there's everything's yin and yang. So Saturn is like the more restricted, like Saturn's Satan, but not in the religious way at all. It's both forces are necessary in the universe. But Jupiter is the expansive. This is you pointing to your true north. This is also, there's some autumn energy in this, but this is the wind blowing you forwards. This is you having an aim, determination, a goal. This is you healing, integrating, and then rising up into like very full or very strong power. With this horse here, yes, that is the Sagittarian sign and what they are, but also just on an energetic level, this is so representative of strong power, of determination, of I've been through a journey. This journey's probably taken years, or it will take some years. Even though it's not about time, I feel like this is a journey that is stretched over time. You come out ready to move forwards for an aim, a goal, knowing what you're doing, having that luck on your side, having that expansion and that adventure, and knowing where the wind and your intuition takes you on your side, having a whole journey behind you. You still have your beautiful empathy and your compassion, but you don't take bullshit the way you used to. You know who you are. This outcome is beautiful. This is emotional. It's also desire. You know what you want. You're learning what you want. You are a warrior. You are strong. Your communication is your weapon. It's what equips you in a way, in like a really beautiful way. You're very galactically connected as well. I just love this journey for you. It's so beautiful, and it's relatable. It's excellent. Are there any other identifiers of this person, or anything else to talk about from this deck about this person, this energy we're reading for? Please and thank you. Thank you. It's a lot about freedom tonight, because you free. You're free. Yeah. This is also you playing the balancing game. And again, you're balancing within. This is one of the processes along your journey. This is along your journey. When you're breaking out of this toxicity, especially for those of you who are still continuing to learn how to rise up out of it and out of these limitations and these poverty mindsets and these things that weigh you down, like for those of you still kind of breaking out, or whoever, but this is showing the journey, like the process of you learning how to balance, especially your output and your input, your giving, your receiving, your communication with your learning, but balancing your emotions, time management, all these different elements while all of this is hanging over you, all that heaviness is hanging over you, you understood and you understand that you have to do it within. It's not like, oh, happiness and freedom will come and then I'll figure out how to be good. It's like you've had to figure out how to be good within this state, and you knew that, and that makes you a freaking warrior. It makes you so strong, and you should be proud of yourself. If you're resonating with this energy, if this speaks to your soul and you know this is you, you should be fucking proud of yourself, because you have come very far. I think you're not supposed to swear on YouTube, but we did. Okay. And you've done a lot here, and this is massive. And you've had to go through a lot of raw triggers, nerves, feeling totally exposed, the ugly parts of life, the inner workings of things. You've had to go through a lot of shit for things to really complete and come full circle. And you've just been this beautiful force during this process, whether you see it or not. A lot of you, I too feel like also by the end of this phase, you're going to, for those of you who started out, it's like, again, I see this focus on like your hair or your look being like not as aligned or not as natural. And by the end of this, I feel like you grow your hair longer, and it's more like natural somehow. And if it's not just hair, there's just something about your look that really sharpens and shifts. And I do feel like you let your hair get longer. For some of you, I guess it could be the opposite. You end up cutting it off when you cut this energy off. But for some reason, it feels like ultimately, after the years pass, your hair will be longer than when you started. Silly way to mark it maybe, but it does come through really strongly. Also, a lot of these have come through before. Like most of these have come through before in the Is This You readings. So this could be a mashup or a mesh of a lot of you that we've read for before. If you're resonating again with this, it's okay, that's good. It could be new too, but I don't see as many new energies except for the Six of Cups here, which still feels like some of the people we already have here. So yeah, for some of you, this could be a check-in for those of you who've been on this journey. It's more of like a journey, that you've been on. So let's go ahead and see what messages are here for you. We will go ahead and, I don't think we need, oh yeah, they say yes, we do. So let's go ahead and not be stingy. Francesca, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. You already know this. You're on this journey. We already know we have to acknowledge the things that hurt us and the negative things. We have to acknowledge them and validate them in order to release them and get past them in a way, so that we can be positive and visualize. But this is trying to remind you that this kind of renewal you've been through, you're in a heightened state of manifestation right now. This reminds you that what you want, what you desire, what you can see, what you can feel, what words you do, that you can really manifest and bring a lot into fruition. You have a lot of reason to celebrate coming through, a lot of helpers from the other realms, a lot of abundance, good fortune, and good luck coming through. So anything that you really focus your intention on right now, it's like hyper magnetized and hyper manifesting. And yes, if we dwell too much in the pain of the past, when we get out of balance with it and too much in the negatives and the doubts and all those things, because of course you're still human, you're still having these, and maybe even more when you're healing, they come up. But if we dwell too much in that, yes, it can, block us from a chance to really manifest strongly. But at the same time, I think you realize that when you start to vibrate higher and out of some of these energies that are, toxic and all the negative stuff, that you're more in line with the flow as it is. So when you're feeling like your intuition, it alerts you, naturally with the cycles. You also have Sonia here. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. And actually, we need to read from the book for this, is what they're giving us this time. Your heart has been heavy with grief, perhaps in the past, perhaps now, perhaps it's even just the loss of an old part or an old life, because you also have to release a lot of attachments that you have to identity, to all sorts of different things to come out of these old energies. And it's not always easy to give that stuff up. Like sometimes we think it should be easy to give up like negative things. It's not. It's one of the hardest things to do. So I am here to reassure you. I am a guardian angel to your deceased loved one. If you don't have a deceased loved one, then also look at this as an energy that has died out or that you've released, okay? But for those of you that do, and you'll know, so you'll know, they'll let you know. And I want you to know that there is no reason for you to worry. Your loved one is very happy and has adjusted to the transition very well. There is no anger or upset directed towards you, only love and understanding. You have done nothing wrong, dear one, so please don't blame yourself in any way. You did everything that you could, and your loved one has asked me to share this appreciation with you. You and your loved one still share great love between your souls. That love could never die. Although you miss your loved one's physical presence, you have already connected spiritually in your dreams, as well as through feeling, hearing, smelling, or seeing your loved one's essence. Your loved one is as alive as you are, even more alive in many ways. Relieved of earthly cares or bodily pains, your loved one is freer and happier than ever. As soon as you complete your life's purpose and it is your time to make the transition, you will be reunited in each other's arms. In the meantime, please know that your loved one is with you and often, and that the angels surround you continuously. Wow, that was really emotional for some reason. So for those of you that resonates, beautiful message there. Also, I see a 57 here. So age 57, year 57, something with a 57 could be significant to this. They're pointing that out. And also just 7 in general and 5. You also have Archangel Uriel here. He says, your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. Exactly what you're going through here. Even the colorings are similar. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. Because yes, you aren't some non-human being that can see just everything with passion and love and immediate forgiveness. It's not like that. You still have to go through to heal truly a lot of anger and resentment and all different emotions. So you can call on Archangel Uriel to help you. He's been around lately in the collective and just really strongly. So definitely a strong Archangel. If you're coming across this and this channel, that he's working with us really heavily. I don't know about other readers and everything, but thank you for being here. And then you also have Akasha. So for those of you on this journey, those of you getting this message, and if this is resonating here, if this resonates for you, you are a spiritual teacher. Even if it's indirectly, though it may be directly for some of you, you are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine life mission. Funny enough, they're telling us to read the book on this one as well. So let's go ahead and do it. You have already helped many people by giving them guidance, advice, and messages. You have a natural gift for delivering just the right words along with a healthy dose of comfort and inspiration. Now, we urge you to be available for even more people. Your heart will tell you whether your teachings work will consist of writing, speaking, giving workshops, or counseling, and so on. Or you may be guided to spontaneously help people whom you meet at the store, at school, or at work, etc. Please know that you are absolutely qualified and that we angels back you up as your supportive energy, or with our supportive energy and loving words. And yeah, you are qualified. Things don't need to be perfect. Actually, as we grow and heal and go along our journey, we share that journey with others. And that, in a way, that is the perfection. Things don't need to be all exact before you're ready. You're ready when you're ready. Even if you're not ready, sometimes that's when we're ready. You know, it's that realness, it's that connect. We're all people, all humans learning and growing as we go, okay? This says, this is your divine life purpose. Ask us to help you with your teaching work and we will do everything we can. And yeah, you can always ask the angels for help with anything, your spirit team, guides, etc. They want that from you and sometimes they need that in order to intervene. Any other messages for this energy that we're reading for? Please and thank you, angels. You guys, please remember you can reach out to FrequencyOfTheHeart at gmail.com. That's our email for personal readings. That's the only way to book a personal reading with us. Any other way is not legitimate. That is it. So yeah, if you are interested, it's FrequencyOfTheHeart at gmail.com for personal readings. We offer 3 different reading types at this time. This says, notice the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you are loved and never alone. This is the burgundy energy is sticking out so strong. So there could be like burgundy couch or chair, corduroy, or some memory with burgundy, or you could see this color burgundy around, or like really deep, rich fuchsia-y reds. But yeah, a lot of signs that have been given are there for a reason, not necessarily to be dismissed. They are legit. All right. A lot of heart energy too. That peeks out to me when I see here. Heart chakra. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. I don't know how else to say that other than you're beautiful. Okay, now we're going to dive into the oracle deck and see what's up. What other messages do we have for this person? Please and thank you, Spirit. What other messages do we have for this person? Please and thank you, Spirit. Nice. This is perfect. Trust your path. It says, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Really? Trust your heart, your guidance, your path. You have this freedom available to you now. Yes, we know you need to take it in little steps now. We know you need to take it, your ceiling moves up over time of what you allow in, right? Your self-worth it's a process. Your relationship with yourself is a process. So we understand it has to be in steps, but really, if you could just do anything, and you just knew, what path really would you walk? And also just trust your path. Trust it. Trust your path, because it's you've worked for this. You deserve this. It's certain in a way. I don't know how to say it. It's just, it is, and now it's certain. It's not, there's still gonna, be some PTSD and some trauma and some things around what you've been through, but again, for those of you who are still in the process and you're still working towards the outcome, still trust your path through the process, but understand that the ultimate, it's a new world. It's a whole new world for you. I don't even have words to how to explain that. It's something you've worked on over time the right way. It's not like a crash diet or something. It's just something you really did it. And I know it's not about right or wrong way, but like, you did it the way that's lasting. You've restructured things, and you can't go back, and that's good. Oh, you have Akasha here. You had Akasha, the angel, telling you you're a spiritual teacher, and now you have Akasha from a whole other deck that means a whole different thing. The Akashic records store all information, so this is very psychic energy. You're very in tune with that, but also I find this as another affirmation of you being a spiritual teacher and healer, okay? Your guidance is divinely guided, exactly. And in both of these images, you're walking away and towards at the same time, endings and beginnings. You're walking away from lack of color, from things being restricted and dull and challenging and disturbing and unstable. You're walking away from that and into a whole new, you through a corridor of color and in a whole new world of light and open doors and open landscape and same here, a whole new thing. And you're walking through a landscape of deep healing and compassion and love, and very astral energy as well. So beautiful messages there. I thought of something, because I was going to read the book for you guys on Trust Your Path. A lot of book reading tonight. They really want us to dive deep into these messages. Trust your path. I can't ignore it. I don't really want to read the book, but then it's like, I can't ignore them saying, read the book. Da-da-da-da. It's not like a pick and choose. Like, you have to either honor all the messages or, I don't know. The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Yep, there it is. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. Also, your true node in your astrology chart. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Well, sometimes you will, but try to understand that the doubt and the wavering is not the truth. Remember, the truth is actually the opposite of that. It is the hopes, it is the inspiration, it is the love. That is the real truth, okay? Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other, step by step. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. Yes. What puts your vibration high? What makes you feel good? Not just good, but what really elevates you. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. That's not you. We've seen this isn't you. You've learned and understood, or you're understanding now, that you have to do it within it. You have to do it with where you're at, right? If you take one baby step each day, what the heck did we say exactly? Within a year, you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. That's a concept. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you have journeyed. Keep moving and opening yourself up to a whole new world and new level of support and receiving, receptivity. Things are not going to work out the way you are planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could possibly imagine. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. And that's exactly what I see you doing. Exactly. Ask yourself, if you knew you were supported, what would you do? Wait, there was a number. There was a number. It's okay. Wait, oh, I just was on it. I didn't think I would see it again. Okay, it's okay. If we didn't see it, we didn't see it. I'm letting that one go. Superstitious maybe, but you'll work through that. Okay, now we aren't going to spend too much longer here. I just want to get a few more messages through for you guys, and then we will conclude. I would like to see the energy in this person's childhood, please and thank you. What is the energy of this person's childhood, please and thank you? Some hidden things, some hesitancy to always dive in or revisit this. Wait, let's do this. Please clarify the energy of this person, this energies we're reading for. What is their childhood? What was the energy of their childhood? What was the energy of their childhood? There was a focus. Yeah, that's what I thought. There was some kind of focus on your voice, on your communication, on your expression, but I feel like there was a suppression around it. And it's like you just wanted so badly to break free of that. You may have had to grow up quickly in your childhood or be responsible quickly, or a lot of harsh things happened fast. And it's like there was a seriousness or realizations that happened quickly for some of you. It doesn't have to be for all of you, but in childhood, it was like things moved quickly in one way or another. Maybe even some of you, it was like sexual experiences happened quickly or fast or early on. Or you had to be responsible. Maybe somebody dealt with like an alcoholic parent or something like this. Just a lot of things. I'm not going to go into all the details because we don't need to re-trigger trauma and stuff like by talking about it. You're already doing the work there, okay? I just see that things moved fast sometimes in your childhood. Again, speaking your word, your voice, your creativity. Some of you did have a lot of positive memories attached to childhood. Maybe you've been exploring those lately, trying to tap into the good. you know, maybe there was music or fun things, that at times where things were fun, you know, times where you were able to just be loud or just express or sing, or maybe there was some kind of creative expression that was encouraged for some of you, or that you really desired, that you really wanted to move towards, you know, maybe that was there. I also see some Asian energy here. I see some like lesbian energy, like maybe you had a mom that was gay, or two moms or something like this. Doesn't have to be, again, it's just one person maybe, or maybe, you know, but it was like there was some kind of creativity or something, like I feel now you hold on to and you tap into these very root parts of yourself that were expressive. But I just feel for some of you that this was shut down in a lot of ways. And this is affirmed with this suffering and silence in your childhood here. This one's heavier. This one is, you know, maybe you didn't have anybody to talk to. You didn't know how to talk about things that were hard. Maybe you were discouraged from speaking about certain things. Maybe the only way you could was through music or through some kind of creative expression, or that's what you longed for, whatever it was. And maybe you had to do this away from your parents or whoever. But this is definitely a hard energy to see. You know, you having in childhood. Yeah. Why is this here, please, for this person about their childhood? The root of you is very intertwined with expression, creative expression in music and, you know, this kind of thing. One more clarifier. Why is this here? Anything else, please? I do feel like you had a lot of protection in childhood energetically, even if you don't feel that, which is good. But there was just some sneaky things that happened. Maybe there was abusive energy. People got away with stuff. Just not good. I get that there was siblings that could have been hard for some of you. Maybe like a new kid came in, you were the oldest, something like that. Sometimes things felt like you worked against yourself, maybe a little when you were a little older, like you had to work against yourself in a lot of ways. I just feel toxic energies around you and hard things that happened. Also, like for those of you that maybe are just a touch older, in your teens, I say older meaning like you're not like watching this and you're like 15 or 16 or something. This would be like your, you know, past probably your like 24, 25 or up into your 30, 40, 50, 60 area, or wherever you are, but just beyond teenager years. When you were a teenager, there could have been some really hard relationships, misunderstandings, shame, hurt, pain, just a lot. There's a lot that you've been through. And I guess there's a focus there right now. Why I feel drawn to that is just to acknowledge it, to acknowledge, you know, there's a lot. There's a lot more than that too, but you know. But there are good things too, and I think that you're really carrying the good things, the identifiers with you, and learning how to make peace with the rest. It's not even that we ever like forget it or something, but we just kind of can make peace with it. I also would like to see, please, I feel like there's something so big, and I don't know how to put it into words. There's just an energy of something so big. I don't even know how to ask it or to word it. Like, what is this person? What is the ultimate truth for this energy? Like, what is the ultimate truth? Like, their heart. Why? What is this? What is this feeling? What is this feeling? What is this person's ultimate truth? Yeah. You're a breaker, like a breaker of cycles and chains. Completion, West. Your ultimate truth is figuring putting the puzzle together. Finding the missing pieces, restructuring, reformatting, just like we talked about in this whole reading, your mind, your psyche, your subconscious, your programming, learning how the whole puzzle works and fits together, solving the universe by solving your mind in a way. You know, it's not that we ever know anything or know it all, but you've learned what works for you. You've learned to complete certain cycles, not just for you, but for your entire lineage, for your whole family. And you do this with compassion, grace, and mega major strength. And some of that strength will never fully be recognized, especially by these people that you grew up with and that you're actually breaking these energies for. And that's okay. You just need to recognize it for you. Okay? It's not about recognition here that way, because they can't comprehend what kind of strength this takes. To them, this might even look like, oh, what is that bullshit? You know, whatever it is, but you know better, and we know better that it's not, right? But completion West, you know, that is the ending of toxic behaviors and cycles and limitations and all the things that you want to end. It is the end. That is magnificent. That's beautiful. And some of you could find yourself traveling west as well throughout this journey, throughout this process, whenever it took place or takes place for you. However, there could be some kind of migration or travel or moving literally west. You might just feel really called, and that's natural. West, the sun sets, it's where endings are. East is beginnings. It's where the new begins in a way. So there's a symbolic thing. You know, I just thought the other night, it's the most random thing, but it fits into this in some way, because I thought about my last relationship, and I realized that at the end of the relationship, when things were going south, not going so well, we switched sides on the bed, and I started to sleep on the right side of the bed, and I'd always slept on the left. And I realized that how did I realize that, and why does this matter? But I realized naturally I put myself in a different position, in a different phase, in a different, I basically put the person I was with on my left, which is representative of the past. And then there's other things with that too, like putting myself in like the masculine position, where I didn't feel like that person was in charge anymore or whatever. But the idea is that I really notice there are certain things we just physically do symbolically, sometimes subconsciously, that represent where we're at, you know, what we're trying, like moving away from something, moving towards something, and so on. So here, if you find yourself venturing west, east, being called somewhere towards something, whatever, there's probably a reason behind that as well, if you want to identify that. A lot of you are really going to just reformat your foundations in general. What is coming up for this person, this energy we're reading for? What is the overall theme of their next year? Please and thank you. Beautiful. It's a continuum of that. You are going to have options with your foundations, options with how you build things, where you're living, where you go, which I really love. And this is magic, alchemy, angel energy, you being that teacher, you healing, you finding the magic inside, the magic in your hands, creating, manifesting, beautiful, beautiful energy. And then here we have quantum shifts again, a lot of foundational shifts. Foundation is not just your physical foundation, like where you live, where you reside, your home. It's also those mental processes, again, coming out of these limited energies. And this happens when we restructure and reformat our foundation of our mind, of our emotional, of our inner. So you're doing that. And this is also the biome connection. You're finding your soul tribe, your soul family even more and more, and connecting. It's again that global energy. You've got a global energy going here for you. You're connecting to all different spiritual healers and teachers as well around the world, I feel, even if it's just energetically. More communication, moving more towards the light here, very strong. And then we have transformation, pressure, a 26. Healing. The 6 is always, it's healing and it's love, it's relationships, it's Venus. And a 2 is that relationship number, that union number, that yin and yang. It's a partnership. So a lot of transformation through the relationship, healing of relationships, and fragments again, undoing and becoming again and letting go of attachments and the ego and just letting yourself dissolve. And that's not always an easy process. It's actually a very difficult process to let yourself just like dissolve in a way and just be like broken apart and reconstructed, and to not even know if you'll be reconstructed, like to just break apart. But I feel that this very strong pressure and transformation over this next year, the abilities you have to manifest, no matter where you're at in your journey and how this shows up for you, it is so strong. It is so strong. Some of you have already undergone some of the massive parts of this transformation, and you're coming out more into this magician energy of creating and cultivating. And for all of you, there's a deeper sense of connection this year for sure. I really feel that. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading, you guys. Let's see if we want to grab, like, are there any other messages? Any other messages for this energy, please and thank you, Spirit, God. Direct connection to God. Two of Cups, again, Kundalini rising, healing relationships, healing energies. We've got Leo there. So end of July, August. Also just the energy of the lion, that quiet, beautiful, powerful strength. Also the heart, the Leo and the heart, that's what they are. Leo is royal, it's regal. A lot of you have regal past lives. It's also purple, crown chakra. This is integration of yin and yang. There's been a lot of focus on Leo this year as well, so not surprised to see that here. Clarify this message for this person, please and thank you. Yeah, I feel like you're still releasing and dealing with some past trauma. That's how I see this. And you might be a very solid, stable, reliable partnership, whether with a friend, therapist, lover, etc., that helps you to break through some of these old energies, attachments, and hurt and trauma. To me, how I see this, because it came out in your childhood energy, is actually more of a trauma thing. Yes, this is Capricorn as well. It is limitation, restriction. But the way I read it here, it's very much that some kind of a stable and reliable partnership helps free you and heal you from these energies. And also because of this trauma and these old energies, you know, there could be addictions, dependencies, vices, etc., that you have in your life now that this helps you break out of. Okay, we're just going to do one complete shuffle. I really like this. I feel a really strong and supportive energy that comes in. Like, you are the strong and supportive energy for yourself, which ushers in that energy in others. Isn't that weird how the universe works that way? When we need people the most, sometimes it's when we have nobody, or when we feel like we do. And then when we feel like we have that's when they come in. But yeah, healing. This is all about healing, you guys. You've created this for you. You've cleared the path for you to do this. It is beautiful. Amazing job, amazing work. I send you so much love and just good job. We could go even more in depth, honestly, with this energy and with this reading. There's so much here, but this is where I'm going to leave you now so it doesn't go too long. And I hope that was enough just to keep encouraging you and letting you know you're doing amazing work and your purpose is big. Your heart is big. Your soul, everything. You're here for such a good and important reason, such a valid reason that is just, it's beyond it. You're amazing. So yeah, send you guys a lot of love, a lot of gratitude, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Take care.